Thanks for joining us on Nigerian Today. I am Ogom Ezedimbo. Welcome. I will begin Nigerian Today from Lagos State, where passengers were left stranded following the shutdown of the operations of airline operations spearheaded by aviation unions at the Murtala Mohammed International Airport, Lagos. The action, which occurred this Tuesday, was led by the National Union of Air Transport Employees, the Air Transport Services Senior Staff Association of Nigeria, and the National Association of Aircraft Pilots and Engineers, with the support of the Nigerian Labour Congress, NLC, and the Trade Union Congress. The unions are protesting allegations of anti-union practices by domestic airlines, as well as the non-remittance of the mandatory 5% ticket sales charge and to the Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority. According to the aviation unions and the airline operations of Nigeria, the withholding of the fund is affecting the operations of regulatory agencies and undermining the implementation of negotiated collective bargaining agreement for aviation workers. The shutdown follows a joint statement by the unions which relaxed an earlier strike notice issued on August 4, 2026. Rather than proceeding immediately with a nationwide strike, the unions granted defaulting airlines an additional 3-day notice, describing the move as a final demonstration of restraint. An abducted female farmer from Baruba community in Ileoluji, local government area of Ondo State, has died in captivity. The deceased was one of 2 farmers abducted by gunmen who reportedly took them into a forest and demanded a ransom of 100 million naira from their families. Confirming the incident, the state commander of the Amotekun Corps, Adetunji Adeleye, said the woman was already exhausted and unconscious when operatives arrived at the scene of rescue. He, however, said the other kidnapped farmer, a male, was rescued alive by the operatives. The commander also disclosed that the Corps recently secured the release of 2 boys abducted in Owo local government area, allegedly by suspected headsmen, without the payment of ransom. Adeleye said the operations demonstrate the determination of security agencies to deny criminals safe havens and hiding places across Ondo State. The Kogi State Police Command says it has rescued 16 people abducted along the Itobe and Yigba Highway in Ofu local government area. The rescue followed a fierce gun battle between security operatives and the kidnappers, during which 1 vigilante member was killed and a police officer sustained gunshot injuries.
The victims were adopted on Sunday when gunmen intercepted a peace mass transit bus between Ajiwo Ajingo and Memerebu along the Itobe-Achigili corridor, a route identified as kidnapping hotspots. The Commissioner of Police in Kogi State, CP Nasiru Bello Kankrofi, told journalists in Lokoja that combined security forces immediately launched a coordinated search and rescue operation to locate the victims and track down their abductors.
The effective coordination, intelligence sharing, and operational cooperation among these formations contributed significantly to the successful recovery of all the victims. The rescue operation was, however, not without serious resistance. Our operatives engaged the abductors in an intense gun battle, during which several of the criminals were neutralized, while others fled into the surrounding terrain. Unfortunately, 1 local vigilante personnel who supported the police operation was killed during the encounter, while 1 police officer sustained gunshot injuries. The injured officer is currently being evacuated from the operational area for medical attention.
The Commissioner of Police said the operation will continue until all those involved in the kidnapping are arrested and brought to justice.
The operation is still ongoing. Serious efforts are being made to track down and apprehend the fleeing members of the kidnapping gang. We will continue to pursue them until they are brought to justice.
Some of the rescued victims recount their ordeal and the conditions they endured while in captivity.
Their plan today was that they were telling us to be calling our people. I told them that I called my people. They said they will raise 500,000 or more. That was when those guys beat my life. But all the same, that glory belongs to God. We were rescued swiftly, no scratch on our bodies. Only the guy that tried to escape yesterday, from them that they cut his hand. But it wasn't a good experience for anybody.
I was actually the interpreter. they turned me to the interpreter. If they say what they want to say in Hausa, I will interpret it to my own people and then give them feedback in Hausa. So they told me, tell this person 50 million, tell this person 100 million, tell this person 70 million. That was how they were sharing it. So even me, they said 70 million. So even when I tried to plead and ask them to reduce it a little, they threatened to beat me up because they were beating people and all that. But
with their freedom restored, the victims are expected to reunite with their families, who spent the past 24 hours anxiously awaiting news of their whereabouts. Tehumba Akaya, AIT News, Lokoja.
3 suspects have been arrested over the abduction of members of St. Joseph Catholic Church in Udi local government area of Enugu State. The Enugu State government says the hostages have regained their freedom, while the 4th suspected kidnapper was killed during an exchange of gunfire with security forces. The suspects were paraded before journalists at the Enugu State headquarters of the Department of State Services and following their arrest on Monday. They are accused of the abduction of members of St. Joseph Catholic Church on August 2, 2026. A secretary to the Enugu State government, Professor Chidebere Onya, told journalists that marked ransom money, which security operatives had used as bait during the operation, was recovered in full. According to the state government, the rescued victims subsequently identified the 3 suspects as the people who abducted them. The authorities say the operation involved the state security infrastructure, including its command and control system, surveillance cameras, drones, and other technology deployed to track criminal activity. The Enugu State government says the investment is intended to improve the detection of security threats and enable security agencies to track suspects after attacks. Nigeria's Department of State Services has released a carpenter arrested over alleged links to the Ansaru terrorist group after investigators found no evidence connecting him to terrorism. Mustafa Mawana from Katsina State had been in custody since June after he was arrested alongside 3 other suspects during investigations into the abduction and killing of school pupils and teachers in Uriri local government area of Oyo State. The Director General of the DSS, Oluwatosin Adeole Ajayi, has also approved an initial payment of 3 million naira to Mustafa to help him rebuild his livelihood following his release. Mustafa was arrested on 4th of June 2026 in Otaku, Abuja. According to a security source, he was arrested alongside 3 other suspects identified as members of the Ansaru terrorist group. As security agencies investigated the abduction and killing of school pupils and teachers in Oriri local government area of Oyo State. Ajo Geoffrey has assumed duties as the Commissioner of Police in Cross River State. The 49th Commissioner of Police in the state says his administration will not tolerate abuse of authority or unprofessional conduct by officers while promising proactive policing, discreet investigation, and closer collaboration with communities.
The new Commissioner of Police in Cross River State, Ajo Geoffrey, was received with a ceremonial guard of honor as he inspected the parade and took the salute at the Cross River State Police Command headquarters in Calabar.
Our Papa Biniso, we no get another one. Our Papa Biniso, our Papa Biniso, our Papa Biniso.
Yes. Addressing officers of the command and orders who were present to receive him, CP Ajo unveiled a 7-point policing framework built on discipline, community policing, interagency collaboration, intelligence-led operations, discreet investigation, diligent prosecution, and teamwork. He said every area commander, DPO, and unit commander must take ownership of security within their areas, while accountability units, including the complaint response unit and the X squad, will be strengthened.
To the officers and men of the police force in this command, I urge you to support this administration with loyalty, discipline, professionalism, and commitment. I demand the best from you, because Cross River people deserve the best from us. At the same time, I will remain committed to your welfare, professional development, and legitimate concerns.
The commissioner also called on residents to provide credible information, support lawful policing, and reject jungle justice. Inemesat Ifiok, AIT News, Calabar.
A change of leadership has been effected in Edo State Police Command as former Commissioner of Police Monday Agbonika bows out to take up his new role as Assistant Inspector General Police Zone 5, while Patrick Daho assumes duty as a new Police Commissioner in Edo State. AIT's Osawase Sado has details.
The handover ceremony begins at the main gate of the Edo State Police Command in Benin City, where officers and men received the outgoing Commissioner of Police, Monday Agbonika, and his successor, CP Patrick Daho. In his farewell address, Monday Agbonika, now the Assistant Inspector General of Police, Zone 5, reflects on the strategies adopted since April 2025 and commends the officers and men for the successes recorded during his tenure.
We have drastically reduced court-related violence, denied kidnappers and bandits safe havens in forests of Edo North and Edo Central, and significantly curtailed extortion, strengthened public confidence in Nigeria police force. Today, Edo State proudly ranks among the safest states in Nigeria. These achievements are not mine alone. They belong to every officer and man of this command who served with integrity and sacrifice.
The formal handover follows in the Commissioner's office as the leadership of the command changes hands. At the conference hall, CP Patrick Daho addresses officers and men for the first time as Commissioner. He places emphasis on the welfare of personnel and promises to build a stronger relationship between the police and residents.
We will intensify our crime-fighting approach. We will fine-tune them. And more importantly, I will ensure that every policeman has respect for every citizen of Edo State. We work towards winning more of the trust of the good people of Edo State, and we will maintain a very open-door policy. For
the Edo State Police Command, the change in leadership marks a new beginning, with the responsibility of keeping the people safe remaining the same. Osawase Sado, AIT News, Benin.
Former President Goodluck Ebele Jonathan has commissioned 18 completed township road projects executed by the Bauchi State government. The projects covered about 49.7 kilometers across Bauchi metropolis and were executed at an estimated cost of 13.7 billion naira. Governor Bala Mohammed said the projects were executed with the aim of improving connectivity, transportation and access to essential services within the state capital.
This is the second visit by former President Goodluck Jonathan to Bauchi State to commission projects executed by the state government. At the commissioning of the 18 township roads, covering approximately 49.7 kilometers, Goodluck Jonathan commended the Bauchi State government for what he described as practical and impactful governance.
To the good people of Bauchi State, I urge you to continue supporting your government and to safeguard these valuable public assets. Roads are not merely physical infrastructure. They are investments in your collective future.
Earlier in his remarks, Bauchi State Governor Bala Mohammed said the projects reaffirmed his administration's commitment to the prudent management of public resources and the provision of infrastructure that supports economic growth.
From the inception of this administration, we resolved that government must be felt through projects that directly impact on the life of our citizens. We believe that quality roads are essential because they connect communities, stimulate commerce, improve access to education and healthcare, and create opportunities for sustainable development.
In a related development, former President Jonathan performed the groundbreaking ceremony for the construction and modernization of recreational parks across the Bauchi metropolis.
The project are direct investment in the health, well-being, and social unity of our citizens, which align with the transformational urban renewal vision of Governor.
The commissioning of the roads and the groundbreaking ceremony for the recreational parks formed part of Jonathan's engagements in Bauchi State ahead of the Democracy Dialogue. Suleiman Issa, AIT News, Bauchi.
The chairman of Eleme local government area in Rivers State has constituted an investigation panel to look into allegations of forceful and unlawful acquisition of lands in the area. The chairman had earlier suspended real estate activities in the area as a preemptive strategy.
Announcing the constitution of the panel led by Chief Obo Oba, the council chairman, Obari Lomate Olo, said the job of the committee will be to investigate and interface with individuals and communities affected in the alleged act of forceful acquisition or encroachment of their lands and make recommendations to the local government council.
As a responsible government, it is our constitutional duty to protect the lives and properties of our people while promoting law and order, peaceful coexistence, and sustainable development. In furtherance of these commitments, Eleme Local Government Council has constituted a land dispute investigation panel. The panel is mandated to receive public petitions, investigate complaints relating to land encroachment, unlawful acquisition of land, and other related disputes, and make appropriate recommendations to the local government council. The membership of the panel is as follows. 1, High Chief Oboba, Chairman. 2, Honorable Johnson Igwe Chujo, Vice Chairman. 3, Barrister George Onobo, Secretary. 4, Honorable Clement Ebiti, representing Eleme Legislative Council. 5, Barrister Don Okmanaji, representing Eleme LGA Legal Unit.
Olomate further reeled out the details and the date of commencement for the panel hearing and urged all affected individuals and communities to submit petitions and supporting documents of ownership of the areas in question.
Accordingly, all individuals, families, communities, and organizations that have been unlawfully dispossessed of their lands or who have pending complaints relating to land encroachment or illegal real estate activities within Eleme Local Government area are hereby advised to submit written petitions together with all relevant land documents and supporting evidence to the panel. The panel shall sit from Tuesday, 11th of August to Wednesday, 30th of September, 2026, between the hours of 9 a.m. and 4 p.m. Venue, Aleto Town Hall, Aleto, Eleme.
Olomate reiterated that the setting up of the panel is not aimed at interrupting ongoing investigations into the matter, while thanking the governor for his timely intervention, expressing the council's readiness for further partnerships with the Rivers State government.
Nigeria, according to industry analysis and government reports, loses an estimated 1.2 to 2.39 billion US annually to outbound medical travels, out of which orthopedic surgeries share about 60% of the capital flight. Bridging this gap, according to the Lagos State Ministry of Health and Medical Director of the National Orthopedic Hospital, Dr. Lawal, can only be achieved through capacity building for Nigerian surgeons, a direction that fits the ongoing ankle and foot intervention program in Lagos by government and international partners.
Orthopedic trauma, joint replacement, and spinal injuries consistently rank among the top specialties pushing patients abroad due to gaps in local infrastructures. With the exchange of ideas between Nigerian orthopedic surgeons and foreign partners from the United Kingdom, USA, Turkey, and Pakistan on ankle and foot surgery intervention, the benefit for patients, according to speakers here, cannot be overemphasized.
what we call clubfoot deformity, extremely common. 3 out of 1,000 birds have this deformity. Everywhere you go to, south, north of Nigeria, east, west of Nigeria, there are unbelievable complications from poorly treated deformities. So coming here and teaching people how to take care of those deformities will go a long way.
So we have almost like 45 specialists here engaging in this training. And be able to deliver subspecialty care to our citizens. People don't need to travel abroad to go and to come out to assess subspecialty care when it comes to orthopedic and trauma.
This is a huge one for us as a state. Working together with Igbobi, the National Orthopedic Hospital team, and also our community members, community specialists in providing care. But this is a lot, and we do appreciate what Steps to Work and Global Charity are doing for us.
The intervention also included free medical surgery and treatment for Lagos residents, covering non-communicable diseases, among others.
We're screening people for high blood pressure, screening people for diabetes and cholesterol. For men over age 40, we're screening them for PSAs and prostate cancer screening. We're also testing for hepatitis B. For those who are diagnosed with new medical conditions, they're given 2 months of free prescriptions. And then they are then registered in the Lagos State Health Insurance Scheme, Ilera Eco. We are paying for the health insurance scheme for 500 to 1,000 people for a whole year.
Because government cannot do health intervention alone, that is why this organization have deemed it fit to be compassionate and coming to reach out to us in Lagos State. 50 orthopedic cases will be done, and the estimates of this cost, when I inquired from the team, cost about 2 million per patient, and they are doing this pro bono. And they are also going to replicate this in Oyo State in the next few days.
All what they did, I really appreciate them. And God will continue to uplift them.
Over 400 persons benefited from the outreach, supported by over 150 volunteers. Oshomowa Daniels, AIT News, Lagos.
This is Nigeria Today. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll bring you more stories.
Now break online. Don't miss anything from our real-time updates and exclusive content. Follow and participate in discussions on live TV studio programs to shape the narratives. Subscribe, engage, and share from AIT.live at AIT_online on X, AIT Online on Facebook, Official AIT Live on Instagram, TikTok, and Threads on YouTube. Stay connected with AIT. On air, online, on live.
Welcome back. The Minister of State for Health has urged the Nigerian Medical Association, NMA, FCT chapter, and the National Association of Resident Doctors to sustain consultations, noting that members of the association and the government are partners in the development of the country, especially the health sector. He says strengthening collaboration among stakeholders remains critical in ensuring that the health sector effectively delivers on its mandate. The minister spoke during an engagement with the medical associations where he assured them that the renewed hope agenda is aware of the challenges confronting Nigerian doctors and is taking steps to address them.
We have a big problem of shortage of health professionals, including doctors, in our various facilities. And at the same time, we have the challenge of industrial not being able to maintain industrial harmony. So we need to do a balancing. We should maintain this spirit to ensure it's not every time we have to down tool.
Chairman of NMA FCT chapter, George Ebong, says medical doctors are committed to effective delivery of service, except that their welfare is being treated as secondary. He says improving working conditions and prioritizing doctors' welfare are essential to retaining medical professionals and restoring confidence in the nation's health system.
Have to put a spotlight on the welfare of doctors in FCT as a whole, so that we can have doctors who are going to stay back in the country and work with passion. And without passion, you can't have functional medicine practice.
With the exodus of over 16,000 doctors out of Nigeria in search of greener pastures, the NMAF's leadership says government must create an environment where medical professionals can work with dignity, passion, and a sense of purpose. For many Nigerians, a simple health check can uncover a problem that they never knew they had. And several residents of Nkanu West local government area of Enugu State had this first-hand experience when a free medical outreach revealed that their blood pressure was dangerously high. And this was just one of many health challenges recorded during the 4-day health program organized by the 2027 APC House of Assembly candidate Ifeanyichukwu Nnamani.
It is the grand finale of the 4-day free medical outreach by an industrialist and 2027 APC candidates for Nkanu West State constituency, Ifeanyichukwu Nnamani, for residents of his constituency. Here at St. John Primary School, Albany, residents receive free checks for blood pressure, diabetes, eye problems, HIV screening, hepatitis, and syphilis, as well as consultations, treatment, and medication. Wheelchairs and medicated glasses were also distributed.
I have not entered yet. You can see what he's doing. So I believe when he enters, the cameras will change. We have a different look.
For many residents, it was an opportunity to discover health conditions they did not know they had, while others received treatment for illnesses they had been managing, this time without worrying about the cost.
Cancer patient from UNTH, but not the cancer that brought me here now. It's eye and the arthritis in the leg. But they will give me the drugs. They have already given me the eye glass.
Well, even the one my BP was too high. I didn't even know. But if I have not come here, I don't know what could have happened.
Ifeanyichukwu Nnamani described the outreach as a compassionate way of giving back, saying he has sustained similar interventions for over a decade.
It's basically something we do every year before now, and we love doing it. And as you can see, our governor, His Excellency Barrister Peter December, is also doing this, what we are doing here, in a very large scale.
For many who discovered health conditions they did not know they had, the outreach was a reminder that sometimes a simple health check can be the first step towards saving a life. Kelechi Ekeledo, AIT News, Enugu.
A coalition of more than 100 civil society groups, health advocates and public interest organizations rejected the proposed National Tobacco Control Act Amended Bill 2025, describing it as a threat to public health. The groups under the Nigerian Tobacco Control Community said the proposed legislation weakens existing safeguards against tobacco and emerging narcotic products. At the media briefing, the coalition expressed particular concern over provisions it says could create loopholes for the promotion and sale of products such as vapes, narcotic pouches, and heated tobacco products. They faulted the proposed introduction of tobacco harm reduction objectives into the law, arguing that the concept could be used by tobacco companies to promote newer products as alternatives to conventional cigarettes.
Undoing years of investment, not only in the funds that some organizations have invested into tobacco control, but the time and energy, the passion of those who saw this, that public health should be a very important concern to Nigerians, and now trying to take us back to years of starting all over again. Well, on behalf of the Alliance, we are firmly against this, and we are not going to stand down.
These people are also potential business interests, and so they must do all they can to cultivate that business interest.
In Nigeria, when young people form a large part of our population, about 60%, and publications circulate widely through websites and social media, such a weak definition offers little protection. It only creates a convenient legal route for tobacco advertising to reach our children.
The group demanded that the National Assembly immediately recall the consolidated bill and subject it to a transparent public health-led review. They also are calling for the publication of committee reports, voting records, and stakeholders' submission that inform the development of the bill.
You can have a fake agency that is drawing budgets
And now we are having a fake document, a fake bill that has passed through not only the House of Reps. The House of Reps did a public hearing, which is a normal thing. And at that public hearing, two documents totaling 4 pages, were presented to the people of Nigeria for intervention. And we looked at the 2 documents and we said these 2 documents, these 2 amendment bills are not strong enough.
They urge Nigerians, public health professionals and parents and young people to speak up in defense of public health. Motherhood is celebrated as a journey of love and fulfillment, but behind the smiles are realities many women rarely talk about. Financial pressure, career sacrifices, marital challenges, exhaustion, and struggle to balance family responsibilities with personal aspirations. It was against this backdrop that women from different backgrounds gathered in Abuja for Mothers Unscripted, a platform designed to open honest conversations about the realities of motherhood and the support women need to thrive.
From sleepless nights and financial responsibilities to raising children while pursuing careers and maintaining relationships, motherhood comes with demands that often go unnoticed. For some women, the pressure is compounded by cultural expectations that portrays mothers as naturally strong and capable of handling every responsibility without asking for help.
Beyond being a mother is a woman who has dreams, is a woman who has potential, who has gifts, is a woman who could have been more than just being a mother. That your career is on pause doesn't mean that is the end of it. You can always start again. The journey doesn't end there. You can always find your dreams again.
Most times when the mother dies, everything is gone. Even the men don't know what to do, don't know how to go about taking care of the children. So the ideal thing is for you as a mother to know how to take care of yourself. First and foremost, that's where you'll be able to now take care of your children.
They called for stronger support systems within families and communities, saying mothers should have safe spaces to speak about their experiences without fear of judgment.
It's quite overwhelming, but when you have the sisterhood fellowship around you, you have people, you have right partners around you, it seems a little bit easier.
You don't want to see the male in the kitchen. You don't want to see your son carrying this. It's the job of a woman, it's a job. I will tell you today that is the reason we are seeing rise of falls in young boys, because the fathers kind of pull them away from being nurtured. I think we need to get out of this.
A child of 18 years or 20 years and bought car, and even saying, show me, I want to buy land and build house. Won't you ask the person, what are you doing? Where is this money coming from? So if our mothers these days should learn how to discourage their children from involving or engaging themselves into these ills in the society. It should start from the mothers.
Participants at the gathering say the conversation around motherhood must move beyond celebrating women on special occasions to addressing the everyday realities that shapes the well-being of mothers and their children.
The original inhabitants of Abuja have been honored with a celebration of the culture, heritage and traditional knowledge of its people. The gesture was made by the Resource Center for Human Rights and Civic Education in commemoration of the 2026 World Indigenous Peoples Day.
The event themed Celebrating Indigenous Midwives, Preserving Abuja Original Inhabitants' Identity in a Changing World, focused on recognizing indigenous knowledge, honoring the role of indigenous midwives in securing lives and strengthening the cultural rights of indigenous communities. In his presentation, the Executive Director of CRISED, Dr. Ibrahim Zikrullahi, described Abuja's original inhabitants as a bridge between ancestry and the future, stressing the need to preserve their identity, culture, and heritage.
As Abuja continues to evolve into a modern capital, the identity of its original habitat must never be erased, diluted, or forgotten. It matters for justice, it matters for inclusion, It matters for cultural continuity.
Other speakers insist that indigenous knowledge and the rights of indigenous people must be protected and respected, describing Abuja regional inhabitants as custodians of the territory's rich cultural heritage.
These midwives has been listed in UNESCO. They've been recognized globally as the world has recognized them. In fact, Nigeria joined countries, about 6 countries, to list them in International World Heritage List as a practice that is standard.
As we speak, no indigenous person has right to land, and it's a very, very serious, gross, fundamental human rights violations. If other Nigerians will have right to their land, and the FCT indigenous have no any other place to call their own, they should also have right to their land.
There were various cultural performances from the 9 indigenous tribes of the FCT, showcasing their traditional music, dance, attire, and cultural expressions. It provided a platform for Abuja's original inhabitants to celebrate their heritage, promote indigenous knowledge, and draw attention to their cultural rights. Anya Ole Avotu, AIT News, Abuja.
The Nigerian Army has emphasized that its operations must comply with the Constitution, extant laws, international legal obligations, and establishment rules of engagement. The Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Wadi Shaibu, stated this at the 2026 Nigerian Army School of Legal Services training in Zaria, Kaduna State.
The 2026 Nigerian Army School of Legal Services training workshop is designed to strengthen the professional competence and legal capacity of military personnel and legal practitioners. The workshop themed Combating Insecurity in Nigeria, the Rule of Law in Ensuring Operational Efficiency, seeks to ensure that military objectives are achieved within the bounds of the law, particularly in the face of the complex security threats confronting the country.
This workshop is therefore a vital platform for sharpening the understanding of law during operations.
As legal officers, gentlemen, your role is not only to ensure that justice is served, but also to safeguard human rights and help shape policies that are both effective and just.
The Chief of Army Staff, who was represented by the Commandant Nigerian Army School of Infantry, Major General Muhammad Inua, described legal officers as indispensable partners in operational planning, execution, and decision-making. The Army Chief noted that the Nigerian Army's objective of becoming a more professional, adaptive, combat-ready, and resilient force operating within a joint and multi-agency environment must be supported by a strong legal institution.
Course of this workshop will generate practical insights and recommendations that will further enhance legal support to military operations and contribute meaningfully to our collective efforts towards addressing our security challenges.
The discussions at the workshop also focused on the constitutional and statutory frameworks governing the conduct of military operations, as well as the place of international humanitarian law and human rights compliance in military operations. The training workshop is expected to strengthen operational effectiveness, military discipline, and public confidence in the Nigerian Army. Abimaje Moses, AIT News, Kaduna.
The Nigerian Army Officers' Wives Association, NAHOWA, has reiterated its commitment to improving the welfare and well-being of military families with fresh initiative in education, economic empowerment, and drug abuse prevention. NAHOWA President Safiya Shoaib tasked officers' wives on savings culture, financial independence, and more.
A strong cooperative society provides opportunity for savings, access to financial support, investments, and economic advancement, empowerment rather.
The aim of this sensitization program is to make us aware that it's more than money, it's more than savings and loans, that the mindset is that you can do so much more than standing on your own, or I have money in my savings account, it's earning interest, that us being able to pull our resources together.
The association is also concerned about the social health challenges facing them.
As mothers and wives, we have vital roles to play in creating awareness, recognizing early warning signs supporting prevention efforts, and encouraging those in need to seek appropriate help.
We push the children to the school to do our job as parents, especially as mothers. But as families, as parents, you are the first school that the child should learn from.
NAWA says its priority is to build stronger, more resilient and self-reliant military families. Next is Sport Track.
The stories now break online. Don't miss anything from our real-time updates and exclusive content. Follow and participate in discussions on live TV studio programs to shape the narratives. Subscribe, engage, and share from AIT.live at AIT_online on X, AIT Online on Facebook, Official AIT Live on Instagram, TikTok, and Threads on YouTube. Stay connected with AIT. The stories now break online. Don't miss anything from our real-time updates and exclusive content. Follow and participate in discussions on live TV studio programs to shape the narratives. Subscribe, engage, and share from AIT.live at AIT_online on X, AIT Online on Facebook, Official AIT Live on Instagram, TikTok, and Threads on YouTube. Stay connected with AIT. On air, online, on live.
Welcome to Sport Track. Earlier today, Katsina United defender Ozo Chinedu was said to have passed away after collapsing during a pre-season match. But there is a cheering news. He's now alive. He's now been placed on oxygen after he was discovered to be alive while he was being prepared for embalmment. The Federation has apologized to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and Nigerians following the Super Falcons' failure to secure direct qualification for the 2027 FIFA Women's World Cup. The NFF acknowledged the disappointment caused by the results after the significant support and rewards given to the Falcons following their previous WAFCON triumph. However, Nigerians' World Cup hopes are still alive. The Super Falcons can qualify through the playoff route. Nigeria faced South Africa in the CAF playoff on Thursday, with the winner advancing to the Inter-Confederation playoff scheduled for November. The NFF says it will review the team's preparation, technical planning, and operations. For now, the message is clear: the Falcons are not giving up, and neither should Nigeria. The Chief of Defense Staff, General Olufemi Oloyede, has commended participants at the recently concluded Chief of Defense Staff to remain steadfast and shun vices that could derail their career. The CDS made the call at the closing day of the 2026 Inter-Barracks Sports Competition in Abuja.
After 5 days of competition, Lungi Barracks emerged as champions with 5 medals, 2 gold, 2 silver and 1 bronze medal. Mogadishu Barracks claimed second place with 4 medals, while the Nigerian Air Force, Nav Valley, came third with 2 medals, comprising 1 gold and 1 bronze medal.
There were lots of commitment, discipline, dedication. We had to put our all into achieving what we achieved today. So there was a lot of hard work from us. It helps, firstly, it helps us, stay focused on sports and we don't go around doing things that will cause trouble for us. This helps us stay focused, disciplined, and dedicated to whatever we are doing. So it helps us stay right on track, pursuing our life goals.
First of all, I want to thank God for the successful match, for our CDS, for making this competition a good one, and may God continue to keep him for the next year, for him to do better, and good job.
Speaking at the closing ceremony, Air Vice Marshal Tony Ndachi, who represented the Chief of Defense Staff, General Olufemi Oloyede, said the country's defense architecture is undeterred in tackling insecurity by engaging the youths through sports.
Is that they've come to compete. There is spirit of sportsmanship in every competition, and there is excellence. This excellence they brought forth during this competition will further go down to tell you that we have great leaders in Nigeria, and there are great people that will come out of this competition.
The championship, aimed at fostering unity among youths in military barracks in Abuja, featured 8 participating teams, including Mambila Barracks, Nigerian Navy, NN Base, General A.O. Azazi Cantonment, and the Nigerian Air Force Base. Others are Bill Clinton and Shitu Alao Barracks, Kefi.
And that's Nigeria Today. I'm Ogom Ezedimo. Thank you for staying with us.
AIT, sharing the...
Entertainment just got bigger. Welcome to AIT Music Plus. A beautiful Monday to enjoy quality and premium entertainment. Today's Tuesday, my radio show.
It's a midweek edition where we get to explore to another beautiful Thursday where we take you down memory lane.
The home of sound, style, variety, and stardom. If it's trending, if it's buzzing, if it's making waves, you will find it here.
An impact in humanitarian industry.
I am so delighted. I'm very happy to be a winner of Hills and Crazy.
Download the app and you may be the next week lucky winner.
We have been able to give you a different perspective to entertainment program. We don't only entertain you with good musicals. We celebrate Nigerians. Watch it, participate, and feel the cruising moments.
Tripartite. It's new, it's fresh, it's informative, it's educational, and it is authentic. The tripartite holds onto the workers, the employers, the government, and the international development partners on a round table to critically dissect issues concerning employment, productivity, welfare, safety, and health. A people united can never be defeated. Join us on the tripartite, the worker, employer, and government roundtable.
3, 2, 1.
My name is Eugenio Gastelum, and I am a video game expert for the United Nations, and we use video games to change public spaces around the world. We go to the community, teach them how to play Minecraft, and then the community is the one that changes the public space into what they desire or what they need in Minecraft.
It's the